Hi Ladybugs, so this now we're going to be starting to work on book 2, and I've already cut out, let me go through this one quickly to show you what you're going to be doing. So we have this that comes out and then it opens up like so, and then page 2 is, I just used part of the embellishments to make a little pocket there, or tuck spot. Then it opens out that way and we have a pocket in the center there. This is in your kit. It closes like so, and then these 2 pages open like that. These pockets on either side with photo mats inside. And both sides are both the same, and then I just embellished the front. I'm not going to, why isn't that going in? There we go. So those close like that, and then it opens, photograph there, and this is the last page. There's a tuck spot here, pocket here, and in the pocket is a little booklet. And then that opens that way, oh well, closes. And then this is the back page, and that is simply comes out like so. Now this I haven't used any cardstock to back it because it's double-sided. So there's a little booklet again in here for photographs, and another photo mat in this little yeah, so that is your book 2. Now we've already done it like so. I have cut out, I haven't cut everything out on this because I want to show you how I do an easy way of doing it. So the front page, as you know, has these, right? So you cut those out like so on the cardstock. So this whole thing here is 6.5, okay, by 3 3/4, and then you're going to score it at 1 1/4. So get my small board just to show you, you know, I haven't even distressed anything yet. Yeah, so now you come here, as you can see, and you score it 1 1/4, and of course the usual quarter for your flap. And then you're going to cut 2 more, and this one you are going to cut 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that quarter there, usually same things for your scoring. So you're going to need 2 of those, okay? 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this one here is the pocket that you're going to fold upwards, and I think I can rub that out now, because these are not templates in the kit. And then we are going to attach these a little bit later on, because I want to show you what we're going to do, or how rather we're going to cut the 2 center pages, because this one is a little bit different. So let's put that out the way. So this is in your kit, so you have the center pages for book 2. So there's center page number 1 and center page number 2. So I'm using cardstock. If you don't want to use, if you're not using cardstock, you can use your design paper. Same thing, okay, exactly the same thing. So instead of having to cut this out, once you've printed this, just do this. Okay, line it up, and then you know you're going to cut there. Okay, and that should be, let me just make sure I've done it properly, because I'm not quite, you know, I can't get my head there to ever make absolutely sure. But it should be 4 3/4. It's just, yes. Okay, so it's 4 3/4. Then all you got to do same thing, like so, and cut it off. Right. And then all you're going to do, again, let's do it this way. I am going to just make sure everything's straight, and that so that I know exactly where I'm going to score it. So I'm going to quickly score this on my, oops, I shook the whole thing, didn't I? Ugh. Okay, then you just, wherever you've marked it, you score it. You know me, I do like to score both sides. Don't ask me why, it's just what I do. Oh, really going off plan there, aren't I? There we go. Yeah, that's right. And then just fold it. Make sure your pages line up there. Go, and you do the same thing on the other side. Make sure they line up nicely, edge to edge. Okay, so you've got your two there. Page 1. And then you are going to do the exact same thing. Let's get all this out the way, yes. So that's page 1, and then page 2 you're going to do the exact same thing with the other piece of cardstock or your design paper. And let's mark it. This is for those who don't like measuring like me. Okay, so we know it's that, and we know that it is 4 3/4. Yes. And then we're going to come back, line everything up again, cut it there. And then of course like so, or like so, you know. And then you are once again just going to mark where you're going to score it. Put that aside. Bring back my board and score. And then you're going to have to adjust it slightly there to make sure you score it in the right place. Okay, so the first one you score, it's actually 3 3/4. Okay, then you are going to move it slightly to line up your pencil mark with your score mark. And then you're going to do the same thing. Make sure your pages are nice and neatly lined up there, because you know sometimes it goes off, because even these pages are not quite 100% square or straight. That's okay. So once again I'm lining up my edges there, and there we go. And of course now I'm going to do my distressing. Right, we are done with that. So let's bring back, if I can find it, my book 2. Right, so here's book 2, and tape or glue, it's up to you. Let's just line it up and make sure everything, yes, that is fine. You see that? Do I need to nip off a little bit there? Maybe. Let me just see. Final check before it's fine. So I'm going to glue that in. Line it up nicely. Okay, I'm making a nice mess there. Where's my cloth? Right here. Just put a little bit more glue here. And a bit more here. Line it up nicely and glue it in. So before you press down, there we go, align your spine. Yes. So you just need to work it in and make sure it's all good. And I just need to trim it a little bit there. This happens. Hang on, wait a minute. I'm just going to turn it around. That's it. Yeah. Once again. Align the spine. Yeah, that's better. So you may have to turn your page around because it does matter, or as I did. Let's just check again. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I had to turn my page around. Is it sticking? And that should be perfect. Okay, then page number 2, and that must be in the middle of those 2. Okay. Oh, I thought the top was on there now. Stuck it in my mouth to pull it off, and all I've got is glue in my mouth now. I think I'm going to have a sip of water because it tastes awful. Right, again, align it, don't press it down straight away, because we need to make sure it is the right way. Number 1. Need to do that. Let's turn it around. I think it's the other way. That's why for this part it really is better to use glue. See, because then when you close it, your pages should line up. Okay, so you just double check it and do use glue. And that, my friends, is good. So you see I had to turn the page around again, so it makes a difference. So be aware of that. And just needs to go up a tiny bit. And there you have your 2 center pages. How easy was that? Well, it was a bit fiddly, but it's okay. Yes, that is fine. So I just want to leave that. I don't know why it's buckling a bit. I don't know why it's doing that. That'll be all right. Okay, and then I have a spare piece here. And this is the pocket, the inner pocket for book 2. And again, rather than cut this out, just print it. I think that one might do for this as well, because you're going to need 2 of these pockets. Page 3 pocket, and you're going to need 2 of them. So once again, just line it up. There we go. And we know the score marks, they are 1/4 and 1/4. We know that. And then line it up that way. So you know exactly how long to cut it. And then you can cut it. It just makes it easier. Well, I find it easier like this. Okay. And score it. I'm going to use my small board for this, 1/4 inch. Same thing here, 1/4 inch. And again, 1/4 inch. Along one length. I like to score on both sides. You know, I just find it makes it easier to actually bend it. And if you don't have that crocodile, then you can just trace that on there. If you do, or you can make a V cut, the photo angle side of this crocodile. Just flatten it a little bit, and Bob's your uncle. So let's just take those pencil marks out. And of course on the corners, let me use my small scissors. Just cut those corners out. Today has been a really crazy day. Helicopters, technicians arriving, battery people arriving. I mean, it's like I'm doomed. Just give yourself that little bit of a slant there. And then everything, trying to work tidy, gets folded, of course. That gets folded. You know, you can also, if you want, just angle it in slightly there as well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, it's not a train smash. So that's the one pocket. And like I said, we do need 2. So once again, just do it like so. And like so, with your design paper or your cardstock, whichever you prefer. Cut, cut, cut. Score. Quarter on 3 sides. fold it in half just to get your center. Do a cut with your scissors or the crocodile if you have one. Fold it all in. Let's keep this out the way, shall we? Right, so we've got the first pages all distressed. So this is not really a waterfall. Okay, it's one on top of the other that we are going to glue. And this one is the first one, and it's going to go on here. So we're working on book 2. I have cut everything out already. And now I'm just going to show you what I've cut out and glue it down. I am not going to do any embellishing because, you know, there's going to be a lot of videos in this mini album tutorial, and so we need to try and keep it as short and sweet, or I need to try and keep it as short and sweet as I can. So I have cut out these for the, it's like I say, it is not a waterfall, it's just one on top of the other. Now this one with the fold, the measurements are 6.5 by 3 3/4, and the usual score 1/2 inch, and I've distressed everything. This one now, the measurements for these two, 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, usual scoring 1/2 inch and distressing. So as you can see, I have already glued that there. Now and that one, so I'm just going to glue that on top nicely there. Yeah, and then of course the next one goes on top. Glue, 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 because there are going to be quite a few parts to this. I didn't realize when I made this how many videos, but you don't, do you, when you're creating something? You just got to do it. So you have those measurements, right? Okay, you can always go back and pause it all. So that is the first page. Remember this one? I'm sure you remember. Okay. And now we are going to this one, which just opens out and it has the pocket. So we cut the pocket out earlier. So it's really just a matter of putting this down. The measurements for this page are 3 7/8 by 4 3/4. The usual 1/2 inch scoring. And as you'll see, I brought this in a bit. So when you do use your master page template, there are times where you can trim it down a bit. You don't have to. You can also leave it the same size, but you have to be careful that if you do, that it doesn't go right to the end, because it'll just bend when you open the page or when you close the album. So that goes down first. The usual. Now in here goes the pocket. I actually cut these to go on here, but before you put your pocket down, and that's this one here, you will put your fancy paper down first. So I'm not going to do that right now. I will come back and show you the finished item with the design paper in there already. So that's very simple. You turn over the page and you have got your master page again. Same thing. I'll just give you the measurements anyway. Yep, 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. So that, and this one forms these two with the two bigger pockets. which are in your template sheet. And again, I won't be able to put the pockets down because I have to lay the design paper first. So this just goes like so. It's really a very simple little journal, little album. I wanted to keep it simple for this. And then of course the exact same thing on the opposite page. So there we go. And there we go. And of course inside here will go these two. I actually could put it down because I don't need to put paper all the way on the back, just on here. So I'll show you a trick that I do when I want to put it down. Let's do this side. I just glue up to here. That way when I want to cut the paper, it's just gonna a strip of paper. It's very easy to slide in, and then I re-glue it. So, oh, what am I doing? I do exactly what I'm not supposed to. Good thing with this glue, you can just take it off and it'll be fine. So what I do is I just glue it down. And I do this for a few of my albums. Let's not get my noggin in there. It's fine. So it's only glued up to here. That way when I eventually, let's say this is a strip I'm going to put here, it's very easy for me to just slide it in. Okay. And you know what? I might as well do the other side. So you've got a nice little pocket here, and inside this pocket, I've done it again because I'm constant. We'll go a photo mat. Can't believe I did it again. It must be old age. Oh man, child, what am I? I think I need to slow down a bit. Right, so let's just get rid of that pin there. And there's the pocket for here. Yes. So that's a little tip for when you're making your mini albums and you want to stick your pocket down, but you haven't cut out your paper yet. Just glue it up to leave about a quarter, and then you can slide your paper in. There we go. So that's that 2 pages. That's just catching there, because it's not glued down. But we are not going to worry about that. And then this one, can you see what's happened here now? This is what I was talking about with your master page. This is far too near the edge, and it's actually catching. So, and you can see this one is not. So this one needs to be trimmed. So always kind of test it before you turn it, because this isn't your standard concertina mini album, which gives you a bit of leeway to do your pages right to the end. So I will later on, I'm not going to do it now, I will just trim the same amount off there. Okay. And then, now that went quite fast, didn't it? Okay. And then here, let me bring that, it opens and we have this pocket, and this pocket is also in your kit. And then we just have a little booklet. So again, I've pre-cut. Here is the pocket. It's been scored, distressed, and I've taken away, I've angled it. so that it just fits nicely, or rather that way. So now, again, because I have to put paper down there, I'm only going to glue it sort of 3/4 of the way up. This I can do to the end because the paper is only going to go in the corner there. You know, you're not going to fill the whole page with design paper. Other thing I wanted to tell you guys is I used a 12 by 12 for this because that's what I had. I didn't have any 6 by 6 paper pads. Let's put that to the, oh, what am I doing? I didn't have any 6 by 6 paper pads, so this one goes first. Okay. So now I'm going to put this down first before the pocket. And this is 4 1/8 by 4 3/4. Usual, score and distress. So let's put that one down first. Let me just check what I did here. Yeah. Of course this goes down first. Chuff, this is going quite fast because I've pre-cut everything, and it's just easier, except for the design paper. Obviously I didn't pre-cut that. Okay, so the flap first, then we put this down, leaving some free just in case. Just makes it easier, like I said, to slide your corner paper in. I actually don't like that. Yeah, let's do it like so. There we go. And there we go. So now I will cut paper later to fit in here. More, I'll need to cut more. See that? Oh, that's all I have to cut. And then I can glue this down. So that's also, again, pretty easy, nothing complicated about it. And then the last page. And this, I have cut a little concertina, and this is the whole thing in your template page. Okay. And again, all you have to do is score and bend it. Then you are just going to take that, and now for the last page. It's just that and that. So let's just put that aside, and I am going to glue this part down. Like so. Fit it nicely. And press it down, paper, 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 and on here you can just take a piece that's too short. So let's just take one of the pieces that are left over. Now this pocket is what I call one of my lazy pockets. I'm just searching for a piece here. Yeah, I didn't make, I wonder if I should. Don't need to. I really don't need to. So you know how I measure. So say I want my pocket, what is this one? Don't have to get too technical. It's about just over 1 inch. So I mean, I don't even do that. I just go, again, I'm not going to be able to stick this down because this is just a simple pocket. It doesn't have sides or anything. cut it. Just stress it, and that is going to go. Oh, I didn't cut it very straight, did I? Let's try again. Yeah. That's better. So this is actually 1.5 inches. You can make it any width you want, really. And again, I'm going to sort of glue it halfway. I may as well do it. I'm just going to put a thin line of glue, spread it out, and I suppose I can just put a little bit up there, because then I'll cut the paper later. So that goes on the back of the little concertina. Okay, and then I will cut the paper later afterward, and then it's easy to slide in. So that is book 2. I'm going to go now and finish putting all the paper in, and then I will show you once again the finished book, and then we can move on to book 3. Right, so I have put on most of the papers except for this, and the only thing I haven't done is the eyelet, but you've already seen me do that. So this is just the paper, and then it just opens up. Obviously the pictures are going to go there, and then this, here is a paper clip with some eyelash trim, and then that opens like so. And here's another little photo mat. So that closes there. I mean, you can put these anywhere, because the magazine rack is what keeps them closed. Then that opens that way, and like here, I mean, just to change it up a bit, and you guys can do this too, you know, put in a little pocket here, a little corner thing here, just done with the bits and pieces. So this strip was just a piece of paper lying around, not doing anything, and so I made a little side pocket there, little photo mat, and you can still put a big photograph on there. So these both open out, and this is what I've left to do with you, because I need to show you something. So I've just matted one of the journal cards from the collection, and as you can see, I've put the pockets down and put paper on top of them. So now really doesn't matter, that side I think, yes. So I'm only going to put glue on 3 sides, so we can have another little pocket right here, and then I made this little tag to go in the pocket, and of course in here is another photo mat. So let's just press that down. Make sure it sticks nicely, and then you can put your tag in there. Now on this side I have made another pocket. This one has got is a full pocket, and again just from a piece of paper lying around, so don't get hung up about the exact size. You can make it any size, just to use up the bits and pieces of paper. Let's just do that there, and this little pocket goes right here. once again, I'll just squash it down. And I haven't made a photo mat for there, but has a little pocket, and I should as well just do that. So you can put 2 little photographs there, and of course another one in there. So I'm just going to make sure everything is down, because sometimes you have to do that. And this little ruler, there we go. Now it should slide in nicely. Of course I'm not letting it dry properly, but it's okay. There we go. There we go. So that, let's push you back in. Go on. There we go. Now it'll close nicely. So obviously photographs there. Photograph there, here. And then this one opens up. I changed this pocket because I didn't like that it was not reaching the top. So this one is a large pocket, page 6, cut 1 for book 2. Okay, so there is the template for that, and you can use that template for this. And then in here is another little booklet, or you can make a photo mat to go in. This is a card from the collection, so I just stuck it on top. It's in Bambi. I'm going to call it Bambi. It's so cute. And then this one here, this is just from my stash, so you can either, if you've got ephemera, I just added it to there, and I thought it needed something there. And here's a little photo mat, and that just slides in there. So this is the last page, so that just opens out there for the photographs, and then photographs there. And I've just got an extra pin here, a paper clip I mean, so I'm just going to, let me show you how I did my paper clips. I just found it easy. I just put them in place. This one I'm just going to tie a knot. You can put one paper clip, you can do more paper clips with pretties on the top. I just put one on each, but like I said, put more if that's what you want. Is number 2 finished? Finally, that was a long haul. So our next one will be number 3, which is the journal one, and then we just have one more to go. So this is number 2, and I will see you again. Ciao now.